Three, two, one. We are recording.
What's
First
up,
episode.
my people?
This is the first one of many, man.
First one a minute. First one
We
a minute.
done did like technically we done did like 6 of these shits already. We just weren't recording.
Yeah, so to give y'all context, you know what I'm saying? We stay chopping it up over Zoom, FaceTime, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And we figured every time we talk, we come out with some new shit. So we're like, okay, we got to start recording these. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we able to disseminate this message to the people. You know, because we can't remember everything, but if we record it, boom, there it is.
Plus, our shit be funny.
It'd be so good. It'd be bussing, bro, bussing.
It do be bussing. It should be bussing. So, for people who don't know, I am Saturn Monroe. You can see it's two different vibes going on, but we still resonating. You see my shit, how I get down. You see how my boy get down. But like, I'd say what we gonna call this? The Gnosis podcast. We'll figure it out.
I like Gnosis podcast.
Gnosis podcast.
Yeah. Cherubim cast or something like that. I'd be making up some dumb names. This always happens.
Okay, but go ahead.
Real quick
You go ahead. Tell them about you. About yourself, man.
I'm Ish. You know what I'm saying? Ish Lucas. You know what I'm saying? At Vibe King Ishy. ISHY. You know what I'm saying? YouTube and Instagram. That's what you can find me. I'm just a spiritual brother on my pad. You know what I'm saying? Manifesting the life and the world that I want. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Saturn is deep spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm deep spiritual too. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, I think I don't know, we got different strengths. That's a good way to put it. You know what I'm saying? He's in the ether and I'm in the physical. You know what I'm saying? We got to balance between the both because that's important. You know what I'm saying? Is you want to balance that spiritual and your physical experience and bring that into tandem, and that's what's gonna bring the most enlightenment and alignment for yourself.
I mean, shit. Hold on really quick.
You good, man?
No. I just like having vibes in the background.
No, you good. But to break a couple things down, we're gonna talk about, you know, some random things, you know, but there's a few things that I wanted to touch on, and it's gonna be about sovereignty, right? So A, knowing yourself, and B, being yourself and staying true to that at all times. Being your own nation, right? Not following anyone, you know, and physical manifestations as well. Because I think a lot of times people say manifest, but they're really not talking about how you get there and how you actually make things happen. Because me and my boy Saturn here, we done, you know, manifested plenty, and we're gonna actually be able to build this out in a whole different way.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
Doesn't really feel like work.
That's the thing with it, is like when you're that's what a lot of spiritual knowledge is in nursery rhymes and like euphemisms, right? Like that's why they say, hey, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth. It's just that 99.9% of people are not doing what they actually love, therefore they're unhappy.
I'd say our main message with the Warrior Priesthood of Gnosis is, like you said, it is finding that, or not even really finding, because it's already there, tapping into that sovereignty within yourself. Because what people have to understand with this new earth shit is that it is not about what's going on around us, it's about what's going on inside of us. And if you really want to get the most out of this transitional period, you have to, it's all about living the reality that we want to live, not the reality that's being projected onto us by somebody else. Or what was happening is a lot of us were consenting to living a life that we didn't realize we were living. They told us that you had to do these things and you only have these options, but you don't really have options. They're really just the same thing being recycled in many different ways, but it all leads to you having your energy drained by a system that does not give a fuck about you. And I'd like to say, I'd like to think that our goal is to properly align the people around us and that resonate with us with that, what New Earth really is. And it's not just about us siphoning off energy from people that fuck with us. It's about a community of reciprocity in order for everybody to eat. Because I like when you talk about inverting the pyramid, as in instead of the bottom, like instead of everybody feeding, it's maybe we are feeding them, but it's a cycle. It's an energy cycle, and it just we don't me and you were already abundant, so we don't need to take advantage of anybody for anything. And I think what's happening is you have people that are taking advantage of other people knowingly, or I think what's worse is you have people that are ignorant taking advantage of other people. Let's be real, you have a lot of cats within the spiritual community. They're not really adding much to the lives of us as individuals. I don't see what do we talk about? Like we talk like healing. A lot of these cats haven't done any shadow work. You can see it. They're still incredibly biased to they're incredibly biased to this matrix. I know it hasn't necessarily treated as well, but people, you have to accept the fact that the law of attraction is absolute. So it is not anybody else's fault but your own. That is what we preach with sovereignty. It's all about taking accountability for your own individual experience, because you have to realize that you are a walking universe. So you are attracting and manifesting your experience, not a draconian.
Exactly.
All the enemy can do is take advantage of where you lack internally.
Boom. It's like if you're fortified, right? That's the problem is so many people. If you think about it like this, if you lived in a fort, right, you would never be worried about somebody busting into your shit, because you got soldiers around, you got all this stuff, and you got to do that same thing to your vessel and to your spirit, and make sure that you got that spiritual protection around you, so that you're not constantly getting impacted by all the distractions. You're not constantly in the news, because let's be real, we know that the government isn't necessarily for you, right? But that doesn't mean you should talk about it every single day. It doesn't benefit you. When you talk about it every single day, all you're doing is manifesting more of that which you don't want to attract, right? You got to put yourself in alignment and on the same vibration of the things that you want in order to truly manifest that what you want. Because at the end of the day, we are not slaves to this matrix, right? You're a slave to this matrix when you follow the societal checklist that they give you. Oh, you need a white picket fence, you need 2 kids and all this stuff in the house and this car. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, you need to define what success looks like for you and what happiness looks like for you, and follow that metric, right? Because too many times we're sitting here and we're Googling how to be successful. And then we're looking at the Elon Musk and Jeff Bezoses of the world, right? Trying to emulate what they were doing. But it's like, dog, you're not them, So don't try to copy a process that isn't meant for you.
Oh, can I interject real quick?
Absolutely.
Realizing that also when you look up, because I'm sure a lot of us did it. I remember being younger and Googling how to make $1 million because we thought the internet had the answers to everything. But if you understand the law of energetics, it is not the $1 million. It is not about the $1 million. The reason why you want money or you want these things is because you want how you believe these things will make you feel a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not chasing the money, you are chasing the feeling that you believe you would get from having the money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you understand that you're an energy and you are secure within yourself, you can feel however it is you want to feel when you want to feel it. And even if you have difficulty pulling it out of you not pulling it, manifesting that internally, you know how to alchemize your environment in order to pull it from your environment. Example, just really quick, I am in New Orleans now. I'm very secure and disciplined in my thoughts. But these past few days, I've been experiencing thoughts or witnessing thoughts that they contradict my natural character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think of scarcity. I don't think of any of these things. But because of where I'm located, you have to understand that thoughts are electric, they're energy, and they're floating all around us. So the thoughts of these people around me and just the realm in general, these specific thoughts are they're heavily concentrated here. And because I am psychic, I'm picking up on all of it. So what do I have to do? I have to be more disciplined with my space. What can I control? I can't control the people around me, but I can clean my room. I can set the intentions of my sage and of my candles. I can walk around. I ordered this robe, this silk robe. Shit make me feel fly. Makes me feel good. I'm comfortable in my environment. I'm a king. I'm the king of my space. You know what I mean? And that's all I need to be the king of.
He ain't talking about Tom. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, so that's and that's the thing, right? Like, and this is one thing we were talking about yesterday is if you're having troubles, right? Let's talk about manifestation for a second. Before you start becoming a master manifester, right? You have to tap into yourself and make sure you know yourself first, right? One of the ways that you can truly tap into yourself is just by expressing your gratitude, right? What I like to do personally is I say get a notebook and you write down at least 10 things that you're grateful for. And what you'll find is that you'll just keep being able to write. And when you do that, what you're doing is you're putting yourself in an abundance mindset. And when you're writing down what you're grateful for, you want to write down the things that you quote unquote don't have, right? So a year ago, I wrote down, I am thankful to have a successful business, right? I had no business set up. Now I have a business set up and things have been going pretty well, you know what I'm saying? Given that I've only been doing this for a few weeks officially now, right? So I had to use my imagination and I had to use the tools that I have in order to manifest that internally and manifest it spiritually before it manifested physically. Because what you have to do is you have to truly, right? If you want $10,000, You have to be grateful that you already have it. The $10,000 is already in your bank account. It's in your spiritual bank account. You have to see your spiritual bank account, and you have to see it tick up to 10,000. Right? This is a literal exercise that I'm giving you right now. Imagine whatever bank you use. I want you to open the app, stare at it, get a mental image of it, close your eyes, meditate at least 15 minutes, and I want you to put the $10,000 from the ether into your etheric bank account. And what you will do, and be grateful for that every single day. I recommend doing this.
Fire.
That's fire. Do this 14 days, right? I say 14 days. That's an arbitrary number, but if you do that for 2 weeks, what you will do is you will program your subconscious to manifest that $10,000. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. Once you manifest it spiritually in your spiritual bank account, it is then in the future waiting for you. All you have to be consistent. That's all you got to do. So that's a very simple technique. And it doesn't have to be money, right? It can be anything. It can be relationships. It can be happiness. You know what I'm saying? It can be you getting a vacation, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? You just got to see yourself there. Know that you're already there, and then stay consistent in your actions, right? As long as your actions are in the line. Because look, let's be real. If you're working at McDonald's and you sitting here like, yo, I need to manifest $10,000, you got to give physical channels for that money to come in, right? And that's why I say start a business, because it is easier than you think to form a business. And not only is it easier than you think, 9 times out of 10, if you're watching this video, you've already had a business idea. That business idea was given to you from the spirit realm. It was given to you in thought form, and you have yet to manifest it into a physical reality. And what you do is, once you have that spiritually down, what you say is, you ask your ancestors, whatever your God or whatever you believe in, or your higher self, you say, show me the first step to get there. And you will have it. You will have the first step. And once you get the first step, do the first step, and then the second step will manifest. I don't like.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, last point, I don't like saying set an action plan, right? You need an action step. You need one single step, because the next steps will reveal themselves once you've completed step 1.
I'd say one thing is ask for it, then let it go, because you already have it. You need to realize that when do not force yourself to do anything that you don't necessarily feel vibrationally aligned to do, because that just means that you are in resistance. You're in a state of resistance, not attraction. Whenever I want to manifest some shit, I will say what it is. I'll say whatever it is I want and let it go. And I let it go so easily that I forgot that I even said I wanted it. Other people will remind me, oh, you said you were going to manifest this. I did? Oh, okay. I mean, I already have it.
It's already there.
It's already there. I don't have to be pressed. Because what happens is you have to remember, we are energy housed, personified within this physical vessel, within this hologram. So what I'm doing is just tuning myself energetically to attract my manifestation. So I'm naturally doing things that I know that is attracting whatever it is I want. So I don't have to think about it. I'm just flowing. But it's when you start to ask all these questions, what if, yada, 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 blah, 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 when it's just like, no, just chill. And if you find yourself doing those things, take a break. What I'm finding within the spiritual community is that people are spending way too much time going down the rabbit hole. Way too much time. You are still operating on that fear and anxiety vibration. You really are. You're not really ascending that much consciously. You're just consciously, I don't even know what you do. I'm not even, it's just, it doesn't necessarily benefit you at this stage in the game. At this point, most of us are awake. Those who are awake, and those who aren't. That's personally what I see in the landscape. So I don't believe anybody should be trying to wake up anybody anymore, because at this point, you either see it or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
The goal of me and Ish with our priesthood is to manifest land, our own land. Think about how long has the spiritual community been around, and there's a lack of manifestation. Everybody's been concentrated on everything but the law of attraction. You know what's crazy? You either have people that are way too focused on the matrix,
Mm-hmm.
or you have people that are way too focused on peace, love, and light and healing bullshit, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a balance between the two. There's a way that you heal, but you also gain knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
And you also take note of how the enemy moves, but you must understand that all the enemy can do is take advantage of where you lack internally. So at that point, you're just watching your enemy shoot themselves in the foot. You don't have to do anything.
Precisely. Because this matrix this matrix, right, does not, like, you are a program. You're either a programmer or the program. When you are programmed, they have scanned you, right? Let's just say they scanned you, and they have already disseminated all your weaknesses. They know what your weaknesses are, right? Once you deprogram your mind, because some of y'all are woke, but y'all still programmed. And once you actually deprogram and you focus on becoming sovereign, what you will consciously do is realize that all this shit that the matrix is supposedly put on you wasn't actually put on you at all. You just fell into the trap. That's all it was. They laid a trap right there for you clear as day. But you walked into it anyway because you were just following everybody in line. And it's the same way with certain folks within the spiritual community. Is I'm not going to sit here and say they're agents, blah, blah, blah. Because some of them are truly in their own minds, internally, they feel righteous and they feel like they're doing the right thing. But the problem is that they're just giving you another set of programming that is getting you stuck in a higher form of the matrix.
It's
right?
just, it's a labyrinth.
It's a labyrinth. This is the reason he said invert the pyramid before is because we live in a literal pyramid scheme. And most of you already know this, right? You got the elites up top, then you got those dudes, then you got the middle managers, and then you got all the people on the bottom, right? What you got to do is realize you are the elite. You are the programmer. You are the person, and you have to project your reality out. And that's why I say invert the pyramid. It's literally you projecting out instead of them projecting down to you. And it's important to understand this because if you're just following other people who call themselves spiritual and that's all you do all day, you're just sitting there waiting for them to drop their next live, then you're not truly sovereign, right? You're just doing the same shit that you did before. Before it was you were waiting for the next Drake release. You were waiting for the next show to come out. And now you're just waiting for Saturn.
That was me at one point. I was definitely waiting on that Drake album. That More Life shit. I was definitely waiting on that shit. That shit was garbage. That shit, but anyway, that's not the point. But yeah,
absolutely.
I almost cried when I heard that shit.
Bro, that's why
because I was really waiting on that shit. And when I heard that shit, I was like, what is this?
Like, oh, this shit. Oh man, goddamn. Yeah,
I remember being in the kitchen when I was still living with my family, and like, I almost wanted to cry. That's how bad I thought that album was.
Bro, I couldn't even listen to the whole thing. I was just like, I think I listened to the hit songs on it. I was like, what is this? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, damn, this nigga, He's from England now.
Yeah, he's
This
switching.
nigga went, this
He be
nigga went
switching up
across
every
the
time.
water. This
This
nigga
nigga
went
be-
across. Go ahead.
He be English, then he's speaking patois, then he's fucking Dominican and Puerto Rican. I'm like, nigga,
I'm ready for him to go to South America. That nigga's going to, oh god, but that's not the point. Not that for all we know, that nigga is from there. It's just that's the cloning lab region that he came out of. So when he was the new Drake clone came out of the UK, then the other one came out of the Jamaican part of Canada or whatever, and then one the first one was from Los Angeles, California. I don't.
Yeah, just some weird shit. But the point, right, to sum that all up is to say that you gotta focus on what you want, right? And that you got 42 laws of Ma'at, right? So many people are on this Egyptian shit, but they tend to forget that the 42 laws of Ma'at is what you're supposed to live by. And one of the principles of that, right, is to listen to opposing viewpoints and to respect opposing viewpoints. You don't want everybody living exactly like you. That's not the point of the spirituality shit. And that's what you were saying before of like, oh, like I'm too worried about the matrix. Oh, peace, love, and light. You gotta just be you. Be who you are. Do what you feel and respect whatever other people want to do, because at the end of the day, you don't have to do it. So it has no actual rhyme or reason, right? Like the transhumanism agenda, look what they're trying to show our kids do, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? If it's your kids, then fucking control what they watch. There are people raising their kids right now. Their kids are 10 and they don't know who Drake is. They don't know who Nicki Minaj is. They don't know who Lil Wayne is. Why? Because they control the content that got to them. That's all you got to do. This shit is in your hands. Like no one's taking your shit. No one's forcing you to take anything, right? You're just building this fear within yourself and saying, oh, everything's so fucked up, everything's so crazy. Yo, if everything's so fucked up and crazy, go outside and watch over your community. You know what I'm saying? Like, go outside and watch over the kids. Control your own kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is like everybody's still so focused on fear that they're not truly digesting and learning the law of attraction, which, to sum up this world, that's all it is. It's a law of attraction. Whatever you think about is what you manifest.
I put it in the post I made earlier, saying all that's happening in the realm is a reflection of what's going on inside of us internally.
Mm-hmm.
The separation of the old paradigm and the birth of this new one.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot continue to be who it is you believed yourself to be in order to properly get through this transition.
Mm-hmm.
Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can change forms. That law, since we're energy, that law applies to us as well. The old you, or the you right now, that is still not getting to where it is you want to be, that is because that is the you of the old paradigm. So you must go within and transmute yourself to properly fit the new one.
Mm-hmm.
You got to evolve. And it has nothing to do with just going out and staring at the sun to receive a light code. If that's the case, we'd all be superheroes by now. I mean, we all superheroes, but you get what I mean.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't know what to, well, no, I do know what to tell you, but I don't know how many times I can tell you and how many different ways I should tell you it. I find what's interesting is that so many people are still stuck on wanting to be a victim.
Mm-hmm.
They believe that they've been done wrong when you have to accept the fact that spiritually you've only received what it is that you were vibrationally matching. So you got exactly what it is you deserved. That goes for me. That goes for all of us. I know it. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm sure somebody will go, I was raped, I was molested, I was this. Most of us have been. Most people within this realm have gone through something similar to that, if not this lifetime and a lifetime prior to. If it wasn't as bad as, or then you'll have people that will compare their trauma. My trauma, what I went through was worse than what you went through, but that's not the point, because what you went through has nothing to do with me, and what I went through has nothing to do with you. So why are we comparing trauma, quote unquote?
Yep.
As I tell people, you are an immortal being that is being fixated on a temporary experience, because you are refusing to transmute because of your habits and because of I'd like to say the only true disease is mental disease.
Mm-hmm.
That is the thing. This realm is a product of a bunch of mental disease,
Mm-hmm.
because your mind is in relation to your heart and your soul. It's all about consciousness. I don't know where I was going with that, but I think I just started channeling a whole bunch of shit.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I don't remember why I started saying what it is I said.
So I don't remember. One thing I do want to tap in on is what you always talk about with simplicity, right? The more, right? Source is very simple, right? Source is my term for God, the supreme being, whatever. Source is just neutral sitting there. It's not doing anything. That's why you have quote unquote free will. You have free will because you decide what you want to manifest and what you don't want to manifest. So the simpler you make your idea, the simpler you make your manifestations, the more likely they are to manifest. And the further you get away from simplicity is the further away you're getting from source.
And I say, when he's saying simpler as in your understanding of how manifestation takes place.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter what it is you want. It's your understanding that you can have anything you want. And because everything is just energy. Energy is abundant. And anything that I see in this matrix physically is just a crystallization of the energy that I already have abundantly.
Mm-hmm.
That is an absolute fact. But can you quiet the noise? So a lot of times we're picking up on thoughts and shit, like I said, that's not even ours.
Mm-hmm.
How much are you identifying with those thoughts that you don't like?
Precisely.
I'll be hearing them. I don't like them. I'll be like, fuck that. Get away. Get away. Get away.
It's just like Tinder, baby. Swipe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that simple. It's that simple.
What I do is if I'm picking up on thoughts that I don't enjoy, I just start thinking about thoughts that I do enjoy. I immerse myself in gratitude to reset. That's simple. I'm like, oh, anxiety, fear, money, I'll be like, you know what? I'm really appreciative of this moment right here and of the peace that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And the grace that I've been shown. And in the fact that everything is literally just me and I'm just experiencing me right now. Mm-hmm. Thank you. Bam, reset. Maybe I'll have to do that shit 20 times a day. Doesn't matter. I'll do it however many times I need to do it.
Because you choose to allow those thoughts to impact you or not.
Mm-hmm. This is really good. Let's talk about this. Let's go more into the warrior priesthood of Gnosis.
Absolutely.
I want to hear your take on the vision for this. Like, because just to give people context who haven't watched this, I'm the one that came up with the name for warrior priesthood of Gnosis. I started it was something that I pulled from the ether. am, you would call me, I do spiritual work. So you would call me like a shaman or a guru. I do a lot of remote work, healing, like, and I teach people how to further hone their psychic gifts so that you can defend yourself energetically from what's going on around you, because you have to get that the war has never been physical. What they say in the Bible, spiritual wickedness in high places. We are housed within a vessel, so we are cut off visually from basically all of the rest of the light spectrum. So you have to get that your enemies, quote unquote, if you were to say you have any enemies, they are not necessarily within the seen light spectrum. They are unseen. Unseen does not mean they don't exist. It just means that you are blind to them. So what happens is, say that a bunch of us basically just had literally 3D glasses put on us to only let us see 3D. So what I do, another thing what I do is help teach people to perceive the unseen light spectrum and combat what may come from that side, such as many of us have had those dreams where we're being chased. Or many of us, I know many of you don't talk about it, you've had dreams where you were raped, or you had sex with somebody and you didn't necessarily want to, and you felt like you were in a daze while you were doing it. I guess it's another form of rape, but it just depends on, there's extremities to it, but we've all had those experiences. I have, I know Ish has, and if Ish did say he hasn't, he just doesn't remember that he did. All of us remember being children. We remember when we were kids and we felt like some shit was watching us in the dark, in the closet, or we always felt like some shit was under our bed, or this, that, it's because something was, because they love to torment children down here. So a part of what it is, I enjoy giving people the breadcrumbs to help them further tap into the power that they already had. You just weren't aware that you had it. So I think there's other stories, and then I can tell those stories at another time, because we have an infinity number of these podcasts to do or whatever. You know what I mean? Story times and shit. But Go ahead, brother.
What I'll say to piggyback off that, because I want to talk about that kid from the class yesterday. Listen to your kids, yo. Because when your kids tell you that they're seeing shadowy figures in the corner wearing hoods, you know what I'm saying? That kid is not crazy. Don't take that kid to a psychiatrist or whatever. Take that, and this ain't even a plug, take that kid to Saturn, because we were in class with the kid who said he saw just that. He said, sometimes I'm sitting in the room and he wasn't even scared of them either. He's like, I'm sitting in a room and there's these hooded figures with no faces, and then there's one figure in the dark robe and he has like a mask on, right? And the kid was trying to find ways to fight them. He was like, sometimes I like try to punch him and I try to beat him up and it doesn't work. He was like, sometimes I manifest an AK-47 and try to shoot him, nothing works. And then the kid was talking about how when he was feeling the energies of his body, he felt lightning and he felt fire on two sides of his body. And when he said he tried to use the lightning on him and it didn't work. But when he used a laser beam, which the way I understand that is, that's like the lightning and the fire mixed together. When he used the laser beam, they were gone, right?
We have to realize a laser is intention.
It's concentrated light.
Because it's just light, it's concentrated light. It's intention. When you're staring at something, you're literally shooting a laser at it. You know what I mean? Like that. When we send messages, you send out lasers.
Exactly. And
all I had to do was just tell the kid, yo, just use a laser. And he got it instantly.
It was that simple. And he was like, oh, it worked. It was just like that. And it's simple, right? That's why Bobby Hemmett always used to say you have to have the mind of a child. And it's not to say because children are more advanced than we know, but it's to say that you need to have an open mind and you need to be willing to learn and understand that your thoughts, right? Your thoughts are just like, if this is a video game, that's the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? And you can use that sandbox to make fuckery and look at the news and have those images in your head, or you can use it to manifest new earth, to say, right? Imagine yourself chilling on the beach, sipping a coconut drink with the white sands in between your toes, nobody else on the beach. You know what I'm saying? That's what you, those are the type of manifestations
Just
that you want.
you and a goddess or two. God damn.
Yeah, exactly.
Me rubbing on some booties. God damn. Yo.
Boom, boom, just chilling.
And the road. God damn. That y'all can play Red Dead Redemption. You can play Red Dead Redemption with the zombie apocalypse if you want to. That ain't my reality.
Y'all
Do I look like a zombie apocalypse nigga to you? You got me fucked up. I ain't I need a toilet. Like I need toiletries. I need land. I'm not hunting. If I do kill any zombies, it's because I'm shooting them from my plantation. Where I'm growing hemp and shit. And me and Isra smoking on good shit. And we just happened to see one wander into the field. And it's just like, oh yo, 20 points right there.
Boom.
But other than that, y'all, jokers in the spiritual community be talking about the half the world's gonna blow up, and I'm just like, nigga, do you not realize how collective consciousness works? If everybody keeps saying that shit, that's how it will manifest. But if everybody that's on this wave just said, no, we're not about, then it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, fuck the nuclear zombie food shortage, dog. That shit ain't happening to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't living, nigga. Something's gonna split, and you go see my ass up on the bureau or some shit before that shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you ain't niggas out here like, oh, there's a zombie food shortage, oil spills, oceans on fire. Bro, who cares, bro? Who cares? When I'm by the ocean, it ain't on fire. So shit, I'm chilling on that beach. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
I'm by the ocean, it ain't on fire.
It ain't on fire.
That shit is crystalline.
Right. You got nutrients. The water I'm chilling by, you can just drink the water and you get everything you need from it. You know
shit,
I'm manifesting.
Niggas, these niggas want to see the world burn so bad. And I'm like, you have to realize that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. What's happening is there's a transmutation that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Things are changing form. I honestly don't think, before I thought it was something extreme, I don't necessarily think it is as extreme as people are going to say it is. I think they're trying to hype it up and make it because they realize that they're losing leverage. Okay. But I really think it's more of a subtle. It's more like somebody just said, yo, here's the rock. You the running back. And the quarterback just put the rock in your hand. Now you either about to blast through that hole or you're going to get blasted by the people coming through that hole. It just depends on your skill as a running back. And let's say your offensive line is your ancestors type shit. But how, depending on how much you fuck with your ancestors and everything, dictates how badly they're going to block for you. You know what I mean? Type
exactly.
Shit.
I love that analogy. That's exactly what it is, dog. You already got spiritual protection. Oftentimes you're destroying your own spiritual protection by thinking about what Rome or Babylon wants you to think about. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting there manifesting their agenda through your fear. You know what I'm saying? But your ancestors been sitting there and they beaming shit down to you. They hitting you with hit him with the 11-11. All right, you got to see that. He got it. No, okay, 222. God, he ain't see it. Shit. Hit him with the 333. Pull it out. He got to see that. Oh, damn, this motherfucker done ignored all the signs.
The numbers ain't working.
The numbers are important. Yo, and that's some real shit too. Like I'm pretty tapped in with numerology, and like that's some real shit too. So like if you want to talk more on a numerology tip.
And then to me. And
God
then to
damn.
me.
Tongue
And then
twister.
and then to me.
And then to me. And then to
And then
me.
you're not that much older than me. We on the you saw Finding Nemo and shit.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw all the same
Oh, if people care, I am 22.
And I'm 27. So
But we're you know what's so weird? We're from the same generation, but we're not. That's the weird part.
Yeah.
That's how it's like you were listening to like Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And like fucking Linkin Park.
Absolutely. That was actually the first rock I ever fucked with. Linkin Park.
Yeah. Oh my God. but yeah, and it's like I'm not that far behind you, but then like the shit I would have heard is like fucking that's when like Drake really started to like
True. Yeah, Drake would have been at like the beginning. Like I would have been hip to Drake in like 8th grade, and you were seeing that shit in like 2nd grade type shit. Or
yeah. Okay, but anyway, yeah, just side note. But yeah, anyway,
you're actually as old as my middle brother. In fact, my middle brother's 22.
Okay. But what I find. So no, I did. You never answered the question because we just started talking. Your take on the warrior priesthood of Gnosis, because it's interesting how you just naturally, because me and you vibe so much. You're a fucking founder in my book because of how you just popped up, and because I just go with the flow. And you add so much energy to the shit that I'm just like. This is just as much as yours as it is mine, because you brought something else critical to it, and I am curious as to I know we've had our conversations, but I'm curious as to what your vision is as far as in your department. You know what I mean, from your perspective.
So to give some more context real quick about me, right? Like I've worked in sales and financial services for like the last 5-6 years. So that's kind of where my expertise is, right? So I'm gonna start with what I think about the priesthood and what I'm doing personally right now because like, okay, so with the priesthood, what I imagine, right, is there being a spiritual arm, right? So that's you. You know what I'm saying? We need spiritual cleansings. We need shadow work. We need essence of Gaia. We need all these type of things to make sure that people are spiritually balanced. That includes like mental health, everything. From that, what I would hope to see manifest is actually some sort of spiritual or holistic hospital. I think that would be awesome, right? Where people can literally, and we'll figure out where it is, either a network of clinics or a hospital, but where it's literally centered around spiritual works. Instead of like, come in, get this x-ray, and we're going to hack some shit off.
Really, resorts would be better.
Yeah. So
like resort.
Like a rehab center. Yeah, exactly, rehabilitation center. So that would be one thing. And these are 5-10 years down the line, maybe sooner. I would love to see some type of asset management firm, right? Some type of financial institution that we can create that is literally for the people and by the people, and not that in some bullshit type of way, but like in a real way where we're getting people to, hey, look, we already got money. You invest your $50 here and watch it grow into 1,000. right? And then we're just gonna keep on flipping that, right? So stocks, crypto, real estate, right? And then what within that real estate bubble, I would hope, and this also goes with the rehabilitation centers, we need somewhere for people to just live. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to see a network of different communities, not necessarily a commune, but like, somewhere where it's low cost living. You're not in the city. You're on the, it's still going to be close to the city, right? Because I'm in Chicago. You go 30 minutes outside of Chicago and you in some country area. You know what I'm saying? So we're still going to have all of our normal amenities and stuff like that, but we're just living in nature, right? To where you could, as soon as you walk out the door, you got trees, you got fields, and you got farms, because plants heal you as well, right? And nature heals you as well. So just being in that environment is going to be naturally healing. Um, so those are the things that I would actually like to see out of this, right? That we have a network, and then the last thing is partners, right? Where when you, right, because you're not really joining anything. Like it's not about joining. It's just about adding value. You know what I'm saying? It's about you coming to us, you coming to me, be like, Ish, I need to work on my credit, or hey Saturn, I have this spiritual thing going on. I need you to help me get rid of this, and need you to help me cleanse this, right? And then us teaching you, you know what I'm saying, how to be sovereign in yourself so that you can go and start to be able to give spiritual healings, right? If you're at that point, or you can go create a business, be like, damn, like Ish fixed my credit, but he told me that I can do all this shit, and all I got to do is put my mind to it. You know what I'm saying? To where literally everybody has their own thing, because I don't want there to be, right, followers or employees or staff, none of that shit. I want it to be everybody is putting in, and everybody is really reciprocating and adding their own personal value to this consortia, right? In order to manifest what you want, because that's the kingdom of God, right? Is literally us having a community of like-minded people who we can talk to freely, right? And be able at the same time to do whatever it is we need to do in order to sustain ourselves. Tony agrees.
That was well timed.
Tony agrees. Tony was feeling that shit.
The kitty agrees. That was well timed. That was beautiful timing. I'd say I 100% agree. As far as if you want an even more simplified version of it, I go, people just need to have their own land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like it literally comes down to, you need to have your own shit.
Facts.
You don't need to have millions of dollars. You don't need, because it's not about that, because you can manifest and attract whatever it is you want.
Mm-hmm.
You just need your own. If you have your own territory, that solves, let's say 70%, maybe a bit more, of what's going on in this bitch.
Mm-hmm. I think that I think to simplify, that's exactly right. You want everybody to have their own thing, because if we, right, this network of clinics, right, simplified and back to what you just said, right, if we just show you how to get right, the reason I mentioned credit before is because credit is a way in which you can tap into all the things that you want to do, right? Like getting a mortgage, right? The bank will literally hand you fucking $150,000 to $400,000 to go get a house right now. And all you need is like a 650 credit score to do it. You know what I'm saying? And what I would love to see, because have you heard of these TikTok houses and shit like that?
Oh yeah.
But not that shit's toxic. But like literally, like I would love to buy a mansion, right? Have a fucking 20-room mansion and then be like, okay, y'all pay $300-400 a month to live in this mansion, so we can cover the mortgage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you work
Mm-hmm.
on your spiritual works, you work on your business, you work on your content, whatever it is.
Because a lot of what we're looking to do with the priesthood is it is not just spiritual works, but it's also an investment group.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to realize that all these rich elite people do is that they just take their money and put it together and then make it work for them, even if they don't like one another.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're just stacking change off of interest
Mm-hmm.
and dividends.
That's
Why
it.
can't we do the same thing? Well, we can't do the same thing because everybody's focused on the wrong shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you have to understand that it behooves you more to move as a collective when the collective is when we have common ground.
Mm-hmm.
The common ground is that we all want our own shit. Now, what your happiness looks like to you, I am not concerned with. But it is an absolute fact that we must have our own shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolute. I believe that's a common ground thing. Now, your morals, this, that, and the fourth, within reason, obviously. Like if you're an axe murderer, I don't want you in my investment group. But whether or not if you believe the earth is round or flat is irrelevant to me when it comes to this type of shit. It's just like, yeah, but we're still here.
We're here.
So like, do you want to play Zombie Apocalypse or do you want to play Beach Bonfire? If you align with Beach Bonfire, let's talk. Let's just have a little talk. Let's just have a chat. If you want to play Zombie Apocalypse, stay the fuck away from me.
Go over there.
Leave that shit. I can play that shit on PS5. I don't need to play Zombie Apocalypse XII real life edition. I don't need it. I'm cool.
I'm good on that.
Like realizing, even saying some shit like if 20 people take $300 each, 300 times 20. It's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure that's 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now you can flip the fuck out of $6,000.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but I know you can. That's just what my intuition just tells me. Like $6,000, it's one thing to have $6,000 in credit, but if you have $6,000 in cash, like a lot of people will blow their top over it's not even really that much money. Mm-hmm. But like say a car dealership, if you go to a car dealership and say I have $6,000 cash, they're gonna be, oh shit, come
what you
step
want
right
in.
You want a pizza? You want some water?
Exactly.
Can I get you anything? Like is the conversation
changed? And that's how they treated me.
Really? You were there for a minute.
I was there for like 3 hours, but
I thought it would have been like quicker. I thought when it comes to people like you, they just press 2 buttons, click, click. Like there was no.
Well, I had to look at it. I had to test drive, and then I ain't even gonna lie because I got another car with my girlfriend, and it's a convertible. So after I bought because I just bought a Jeep Cherokee. After I bought the Jeep, I had to bang some music, put the top down, and drive around and flex a little bit. Like I ain't gonna lie. I just spread the good energy. I don't want to say flex. I was just spreading good energy to people. You know what I'm saying? Looking up the street, smiling. You know what I'm saying? Some old white man looks at me, sees me vibing, gives me a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, literally like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he knew the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And that's the other thing too. When you're manifesting, I don't even think I told you about this. I took a drive around yesterday, and I had like $4 in change. And the people in Chicago, they'll literally just stand in the middle of the street. And I just went around giving people change and giving people dollars. I wasn't going nowhere. I just did that to give back because I'm living in abundance and I want to spread as many blessings as I can. You know what I'm saying? You got to do shit. That's what I'm talking about. Going back to the gratitude, that's what I'm talking about with the gratitude. You know what I'm saying? When you got this shit, when it's already manifested for you, you got to make sure that you're reciprocating. You got to give back to those who are quote unquote less fortunate than you, right?
I'd say giving being that the light for others, but being not killing yourself too.
Nah, it's just being the change you seek.
Exactly. That is fucking beautiful. That's fucking beautiful.
Absolutely.
I mean, people, this shit ain't hard, really.
It's really not.
If I were to say the most difficult thing, if you want to say anything is difficult, it is healing the mind.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of we've got some bad habits
mm-hmm.
that we need to break or transmute rather. Because what happens is it's very hard to heal the spirit in the body if the mind continues to remain in turmoil.
Mm-hmm.
Because the mind is what manifests everything.
Exactly.
So when I'm doing my works, if somebody's mind is super out of alignment with healing, then I'm just wasting my time.
Mm-hmm.
Or I literally will have to put on pause what I do for the spirit or the body because that I'm just gonna waste my time hitting that. We're gonna have to talk about that mind more.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to have more enlightenment talks.
Mm-hmm.
Change the language, change how you speak to yourself, how you think to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that's what it, like you said, habits, man. Like, listen, folks. I mean, I'm assuming everybody isn't Black, of course, but you know, with all the struggle that Black people go through, we still manage to spend $1.2 trillion a year in America. So where's that money going? It's going to bad habits. We're giving it to channels that go outside of our communities. Why is it that when you roll in the hood, everything's fucked up, and then you look over and you see a church, and the church is nice as fuck? Nigga, what?
You right. The pastor got a phantom type shit.
Bro, I've literally seen pastors with rolling in the Escalade with rims on type shit. And then the whole neighborhood is decrepit and fucked up, but the church is good. So we giving all this money to the church, right? And what type of ROI are we seeing on it? The church looks nicer, but the community is still shit, right? We need this church right here. What we're gonna do is, as soon as that money comes in, there's gonna be a program made to multiply that money in the hands of the community, right? We're gonna have a job or internship program. We're gonna have resume building programs. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be able to give you financial literacy, be able to fix your credit, be able to help you go get the car you want, go get the house you want, so that you can have these assets, right? You can have that house and you could pass it. You can have a family and then you can pass that house on to your family.
You have to realize that what we're doing too is that, because it's funny how you use that language, because you have to meet people where we are. You are speaking in language that is hitting that a lot of people will be able to understand based off of where they're at spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna come along and say, listen, all we're doing is just leveraging Babylon systems to further manifest whatever it is we want. Fact is, I'm an immortal being, okay? And I wouldn't mind having like a mansion or two on like a few acres. Do I need it? Absolutely not. I can make I can turn a dusty hotel room into like the best place on earth. Watch me do it. You know what I mean? Like fact is too, I don't even, what you were using was actually like real logic too. But also spiritually being aware of the fact that there's no such thing as Black.
Absolutely.
A lot of these narratives are not true.
Absolutely.
Y'all niggas are being psyoped the fuck out of.
Facts.
I don't want people who maybe stumble upon this to think that this is only for people that look a certain type of way. I know that's not what you were saying. I know that's not what you were saying, but I want to make sure that nobody thinks that. No, this is, we test every spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So this is for people that have a certain mindset. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also, using a better word, it's not a church on paper, maybe on paper, but it is, we are priests. We are a priesthood.
We are a priesthood.
Whenever I hear the word church, I just can't stand that fucking word.
I know. I really can't. Temple.
There we go. Temple
is good. Temple is good. See, it's not even on, because like I don't want to make it on some religious shit either. This is not a religion. Is a set rituals that you have to follow. That goes back to the societal checklist that we were talking about before. The only box you have to check to be in this is that you are seeking sovereignty. Is that you are seeking to know yourself. Is that you are seeking to build for yourself, right? Because we don't want no riding coattails around here. This is not what this is going to be. This is not some shit where, Ish and Saturn are doing this shit, so I'm about to ride this wave with them because it looks cool and I want to be a part. Nah, fuck that. It needs to be, okay, Ish and Saturn are doing this, but I can do this. So let me hit them up and see if they need that, right? Because that's what we need. We need everybody. Everybody has skills. Everybody's a genius. Everybody has potential.
Or don't even hit us up. Just start doing your own shit.
Just start doing it. We don't need to, we don't need to validate what you're doing. You don't need us to validate anything. You need to validate yourself. You need to know that you need to know that you can do it yourself. That's all you need. This shit is already inside of you. You already have it up here. You just got to put it out here. You got to beam it. Project it.
Shit. This is some good shit. You got me excited. It's late. It's 9. You got me excited. I might have to, you make me want to manifest a thing or two right now. Just small things.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe I'm gonna work on another Instagram post or something. Or just, it's all about, see, when you're a big manifestation should be just as much fun as a small manifestation. If you can do that, won't nothing stop you. Literally me just going in Canva and putting together something that I feel like will add to the collective and enrich other people excites me. Precisely. That is just as important in my eyes as a mansion on the hill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Precisely.
So by doing that, the process, in my opinion, the process of manifesting that is no different from manifesting the mansion on the hill.
Absolutely. It's the same thing. That's why they say it's the journey, not the destination. Your journey that you're going on, right? To get to those big manifestations, all it is a collection of small manifestations that form together like a fucking Autobot. And then you look back and you're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
You got jokers that, oh, excuse me. Go ahead, brother.
Like I manifested a 6-figure job for myself. And all it was, I didn't call anybody. I didn't apply anywhere. The company reached out to me. I was working on myself spiritually. The company reached out to me. I said, okay, this sounds good. I talked to them, right? I had a good conversation with them. It was good. Then I had another good conversation with them. And then I had another one. And then they offered me the job. That's all it is. The job was not, getting the job was not the hardest work. It was just taking the first step. All I was doing this whole time was meditate. I literally meditated and pulled from the void the name of this company, because I was looking at a few different things, a few different options. And this company literally came to me from the void. And I was like, okay, Spirit, I'm going to follow you. And I'm going to prepare myself as best as I can right, to do well in this interview. And lo and behold, Spirit was completely right. That's the job that I got.
And the language that he just used there, ladies and gentlemen, the void. The void is the what I literally was talking about this last class. The void is the abyss, the womb, the dark matter, when Bobby Hemming was talking about the triple blackness of space. See, what the thing is, they were speaking on, a lot of people will speak on the ancient Egyptian teachings and blah, blah, whoop-de-whoop of it. When I teach about these things, I teach more about how it relates to you as an individual and how you can use these things.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one thing to just talk about the triple blackness of space. What the fuck can I do with that? Well, when you understand that energetically, everything gets pulled there. We all come from there. We are all manifestations of that void, which is the infinity stream. And what happens is, when you want to manifest something, all you have to do, because the void is also your subconscious. Yep. All you have to do, that's why you must protect your subconscious. That's why you go around listening to all this bullshit rapping shit. Then all these people going to jail and killing and shooting and shit. But when you know how to tap into your own subconscious and you program your subconscious, you can pull whatever it is you want. Not only will you be actively tuning yourself to manifest shit will just pop up. Because your subconscious is connected to the manifestation of the reality around you.
Mm-hmm.
So to enter the void is basically to enter the manifestation realm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I can get whatever, because I have the ability, because I am comfortable with my ability to enter my subconscious and enter the energetic void around me. I know that I can attract whatever the fuck it is I want.
Boom. Boom. All right, class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed.
Class fucking dismissed. Anything else you want to say, brother?
He said it all. Goddamn. That was beautiful. And just to piggyback off of that real quick, when I talked about the spiritual bank account exercise, that's exactly where your account lies. It lies in the void. That's where you're pulling all this money from, is the void. That's it. The triple blackness of space. That's why there's literally a song, tap, tap, tap in. You know, that's why they're telling you to tap in. And the last thing I want to say, if you're having troubles meditating, you're not actually having trouble meditating. You're just afraid of what's coming to your mind, right? In that case, you probably just need to do shadow work. And what you need to do is you need to let all those bad thoughts come to you. And when I say bad thoughts, I mean all the fucked up shit. All the fucked up shit, the fucked up jokes you ever made, all that stuff. You just let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. And it may take a couple days, and you might just have to flow through that. Literally 15-minute sessions. That's how I started meditating. 15-minute sessions. And by 3-4 sessions of me just doing shadow work and clearing out my void, because that's what you're doing, is you're clearing out the void, right? You're facing those demons so that you don't have to run away from them anymore. You're running away from it, but all you got to do is stand up and be like, yo, fuck you. You don't control me anymore. So that's what you need to do. If you're having troubles meditating, just do that. You might just need to do shadow work. Also, realize that there's different forms of meditation as well. One easy one to do is get you a candle, any candle, light that candle and stare at the flame for 10 minutes. And that in and of itself will be a meditation, and you will start to feel the thoughts flowing to you. And the last thing that I'm going to give you is for a form of meditation is just go out into nature. Go find a park, even if you're in the city. I lived in New York City, so you can't tell me that you can't find some nature around you, because there ain't no motherfucking nature in New York City, but there's some motherfucking parks, and they pack. But guess what? Spirit, once you go there, Spirit will always manifest a quiet little spot for you. And once you see that spot, you'll feel it. You'll just look at it. You'll be like, oh, damn, there it is. Boom. You sit down for 10 minutes. Just breathe in through your nose, 4 seconds, out 6 seconds. And do that 7 times. see how you feel. Pay attention to the thoughts that come to you. Make sure you have your notes app on your phone, whatever it is. And that's the last little thing I'll leave y'all with. You got anything else, brother?
Yeah, man. Stop caring about this shit so much.
Boom.
I mean, people go, "Oh, I'm going to this, that, and that," and I'll be like, "So." I guarantee. Let's use the language of God real quick. Take whatever problems you have, and then imagine yourself going before God and spewing out all those problems. At least in my mind, God is gonna look at you and be like,
Child,
"Really?
child.
My relationship and God's gonna look at you, and then he's gonna do is tell you to turn around, and you're gonna turn around, and you're just gonna see the vastness of infinity, and then you're gonna look back at him and be like, "What?" And then he's gonna be like, and you're gonna be like, "What?" And he's gonna be like, "You literally have everything."
Exactly.
In order to tap into the fact that you have everything, you have to be willing to let go of everything.
Boom. That's so true.
You don't have to hold on to what is yours.
Like you said, bro, you want the mansion on the hill, but you cool in that hotel room. You know what I'm saying? Dog, listen, I ain't trying to sit here and flex about money or anything, but I went to Colorado last week and I can afford an Airbnb. I can afford a hotel. But I slept on my boy's couch because that's part of that is just humility. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not too good for anything. You know what I'm saying? And nothing's too good for you.
And you're a free spirit.
You're a free spirit, baby.
You're not bound by Maymon's currency.
Boom. Boom. Because guess what? When I was sleeping on that couch, once I was asleep, I was motherfucking asleep.
You was out.
I was out. I was gone. I ain't wake up, nothing. Got up the next morning, everything was cool, just like I slept in my bed at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But let's give them too much. Nah, we're not giving too much sauce. Just enough.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, y'all. Really appreciate y'all. We'll be going a lot deeper into some of these topics. This was more of a general thing, right? Just to kind of give an intro, let you guys what type of stuff that we're on, and looking forward to hearing your guys' feedback. You know what I'm saying? If there's anything that you guys want to talk about, post it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? If you really enjoyed this, you know what I'm saying? Just feel the vibe, you know what I'm saying? And just be like, oh, yo, I would love for you to expand on X, Y, Z. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, we're all the same. We're all the same beings. So like we're looking to y'all just as much as y'all might be looking to us.
Exactly. It's fucking exactly. Link to our Instagrams will be in the description. Link to the Telegram as well. All right. Please subscribe. Like the video. Literally takes 2 seconds. I can see why content creators feel silly having to ask to do that.
Yeah.
But that's where people are consciously.
Yeah.
Like they need instructions.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like it. Boom. Yeah, and the last little thing I want to say, numerology, credit repair, like business formation, finances, anything like that. Open to consultations. Would love to, just chat with you for 15, 20 minutes, see if we can do anything together. I'm also like, don't think that like it's something where I'm like gonna charge all you motherfuckers or whatever. Like we're just gonna talk about it. I might just show you a few things that you can utilize. So definitely tap in if that's something you're interested in.
I definitely will tell you though, you better pay my brother. Don't you take advantage of that man. That's a kind spirit and soul right there. So you better not take advantage of my brother. I'm gonna come for you. All right. Got me fucked up. That's funny how me, because I don't be I was in a place where I wasn't really charging people for spiritual work. And somebody else had to be like, no, like you need to set your prices and be firm in that shit. And stop just helping people for free when it comes to some of these things, because some people, you have to realize that maybe the fact that they can't pay for it is because they're not ready for it yet. And by me just giving it to them, I'm overstepping my bounds and I'm not allowing them to learn their lesson.
Absolutely.
But sometimes spirit will just be like, help this person out, yada yada yada. But you know.
Yeah, just the consultation is free. You ain't getting the services for free. It's just just having a conversation. We seeing what you need. You know what I'm saying?
or else he's really gonna have to sleep on that sofa.
I ain't sleeping once again. Like, I ain't fighting no zombies. I ain't about to be fucking sleeping. I might sleep in the van because that shit's kind of lit, but I ain't gonna be permanently sleeping on no couch no time soon. I'm gonna be sleeping in the mansion before I was sleeping on the couch permanently. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna be on the couch in the mansion.
In the mansion, shit. We go have 20 rooms in that motherfucker. You can have a room, dog. You'll be all right.
I like that idea. But the thing about that too, I know we were supposed to bang on, but the thing is, the energy, I'd be saging the fuck out of that bitch all day. Because if you just have the energy of that many people in one place, you gotta make that energy could be, it's either gonna be an amazing fucking thing, or it's gonna be like, God damn, I can't stand these assholes. Yeah. But again, that would be something that's just like fun. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be cool.
That's the thing about those houses too, because like you're probably thinking about it in context of a normal house. These mansions literally have separate wings where
yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I know somebody who has like their parents have like a 15, 16 room mansion, and it's some shit where you can like legitimately get lost in that motherfucker. There's like I want a library, I want multiple meditation rooms. I want a congregation room, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, tennis court, swimming pool, you know what I'm saying? All that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Shit, we can go get one of those bitches down in
like Alabama or something.
Yeah, in one of those cheap ass states where shit like that would only run you like maybe $2 million, if that.
Yeah, facts. I mean, and $2 million for a place like that ain't shit. To be honest.
Oh yeah, that ain't nothing. God damn, we just conjuring like a motherfucker.
Look, I think we just manifested some more shit.
We just talking, but we like, it's already bam, it's already done.
It's already done.
We don't even have to think about it no more. Done.
Boom. That's it. It's in the subconscious. Let it work.
Boom.
Let it work.
All right, people. We gotta go. Or me and him will literally sit here and just manifest shit all night.
All day. This will turn into the whole thing. Yo, peace, y'all.